kickstart things off with a lovely gift box, and I'm only going to use a couple of the elements. Now, one of those gorgeous elements in that kit is this beautiful Delicate Roses die.
Yep.
It's like a creator card die that we've put
gorgeous.
into the collection, and it really is absolutely fabulous. Now, the lovely thing about this die is that we haven't given it an outside cutting edge, which means that it can cut directly into your cardstock, and I just think this is beautiful, and it's going to look lovely. Now, I've already pre-scored using some of that gorgeous pearlescent paper that's on the show. Well, I say paper, it's card, but that gorgeous double-sided one, because I thought that'd make a nice little box lid, and I've already, using my scoreboard, made myself a box. So I'm just going to bring it in my lid part, and I'm going to just pop on now this gorgeous beauty. I mean, this is, honestly, George, this is just gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
You can have it wherever you want, place it on, but I'm going to go in the centre of my box. So for this, I've just placed it, and if I just took my little side panels in, you can see now I can create that lovely centralised image there. So I'm going to use some low tack tape to hold it down while we run it through our Gemini. So let's just pop that down, and I'm going to hold it. Let's just see. Well, I can see it's a little bit mucky, but never mind, not to worry. I'm just going to hold that in place. That looks pretty central. And then I'm going to just pop this onto my plate. Now, it will fit onto the Gemini Junior. I have got my larger Gemini out, but I've using my Gemini Junior plate, so I'm just going to position it in between there. I'm not worrying about these overhang parts that because you can put it through still while it's overhanging there. So again, I'm just going to run that through. I'm just going to make sure, though. Let me make sure I've got it through. There we go. Perfect. So just run that through, and honestly, this die is just beautiful. There's so many ways that you can use this. It's glorious. You could even use it as a stencil as well.
Yeah.
You know, when you've die cut an element out, you could use it as a stencil too. So let me take this off, and I'm going to try and do it gently. There we go. Let's remove all my little pieces. Let's pop that onto there. And you can see, I'm just going to poke through the little pieces that have stayed in, George, but that cardstock is exquisite that's on the show as well. It really is beautiful. We've got all sorts of bundles, haven't we, to cover all
loads
sorts
of bundles, loads of bundles for you.
Loads to cover for anybody. But now you can see that beautiful, delicate feature. It really is glorious. And again, like I said, if you wanted to do a bit of paper piecing, you could do it through again, and different colours. What you could then do is put the waste bits back in on top of itself, so you could put yourself some cardstock underneath and then literally stick the ends through. You could stencil through it with your inks, so you could create another little effect there. But for myself, I'm just going to use a bit of acetate around the back of it. That's exactly what I'm doing with mine. Now, I have also, let me just show you what I've done with this, because I've taken some of the paper from the pad, which is that 6x6 pad that's also on the show.
Yeah.
And I've just literally, I've kind of gutted it, and I did it with the measurements in mind of my, and I'll just bring this in for a second. I've done it with the measurements in mind of the die itself, so that I can create that. And to do that, George, all I did was I took my piece of cardstock, placed my die on the front of it.
Yeah.
So bearing in mind, just imagine that's my 6x6, drew a line round it, and then took my craft knife and created myself the perfect aperture. So without having to use any nesting dies or anything like that, you can actually do that, George, with that in mind. So I'm just going to pop that over to the top. Now, I've already brought this one in. I've just cut my little tabs for a second, because this is what's going to put my box together. I'll use I think I'm going to use all-purpose glue for this one.
Okay.
So I'm going to pop some all-purpose just around the outside of there. There we go.
Yeah, you are a fan of the chunky glue, aren't you?
I am indeed. I heard our little producer Georgina then. I will be using it in a bit, Georgina, I promise. I will be using it. So I'm just going to pop that onto there. Let's make sure that's nice. Fits around there. Lovely. And just give that a little wiggle to get it right bang in central of it. There we are. And then I'm on the back of there, I am going to put some acetate. And again, this is just to stop. I mean, if you were decorating your box and filling it with lots of sweets and things like that, it was to stop it from leaving out of the pieces that are cut out. So I'm going to seal it in using some acetate around there. But what I will do is bring in my tape pen for this one, and I'm just going to go around the design. I'm going to use my dotty tape pen as well in a moment to go around the filigree design. So that one is the solid glue, but then the dotty one is just going to go over all the delicate parts, and that's still to attach that onto the acetate. You don't have to do this bit,
No.
but if you didn't do it, George, if you didn't pop this piece, you know, the acetate, the dotty tape pen on, when you turn it over, and I'll do that in a moment, let's just make sure that's all nice and, there we go. If you didn't glue it down, all these would lift up, and then that's when you're in danger of catching them or anything like that. So if you use your dotty tape pen, make sure you do it and pop it onto the acetate. You can be rest assured there's no glue bits coming through there, because that's the idea of the dotty tape pen. It just catches where it needs to catch, and then make sure that there's no glue gubbins coming out of the other end.
Glue what?
Gubbins.
Gubbins, right,
Gubbins, yeah. Like splurge of glue, like a splurge of glue.
Splurge,
yeah.
splurge.
Splurge, splurge. We don't want to splurge, splurge. So let's just pop this tape just around all of the tabs. And then before I actually pop my box together, I have also already pre-cut, and I've given them a little ink around the edge using some of the, well, this one's the lemon tonic, just to literally lift it. It takes away the crispness.
Yes.
And it softens it. That's the word I was looking for.
Merry
softens
Christmas.
it. Yes. So I'm going to just stick those around the outside of my box. Do you know, I'm quite dreading this game, you know, George.
Why is that?
Well, I heard that it was general knowledge.
Yes.
And although I did go to school, it was a very, very long time ago. George. But general knowledge is not my strong point. Now, if you give me pop music or something like that and a bit of Eurovision, I'd have been fine.
Yeah.
But general knowledge, overall, not very good.
I'm going to see how I go. I was brushing my teeth this morning because I'm a healthy individual, and I was thinking, I'm not the best on the crafting questions, because sometimes I get a bit, because I'm still learning everything. There's a lot to learn here at Crafters Companion. There's a lot of things to learn. I'm still learning all that. And then I came in this morning and they went, it's general knowledge with some crafting elements mixed in. I was like, I may have got a chance. I may win my first Play Your Crafts Right, and I could win them.
Oh, have you still not won one?
Still not won. Don't go easy on me though, Debbie. Don't think.
Oh, well, I have a
day.
feeling today, so I'm not going to be offended for any YouTubers to jump onto Facebook.
It's always the opposite way round. They always jump from Facebook to YouTube when I'm on. We'll see what happens today.
Well, if there is a bit of craft, I might be able to pull it back a little bit, but it's when they said general knowledge. I mean, the last time I played Play Your Crafts Right, George, I got cocktails. I have never heard of half of the cocktails that were on that quiz. I really struggled. Joe actually won me hands down. He beat me, honestly. He thrashed me, not going to lie. He thrashed me. I just didn't have a clue, because I'm not really a massive drinker, so there's a lot of
pints,
things.
Pints of bitter. Pints of Guinness, that. Pints of lager.
No, I'm an Archers and Baileys kind of a girl. Not both together.
Drink?
No, not in the same drink. No, not in the same drink, George. An Archers and Baileys, separately, of course. And that's about my limit. Like a bit of Tia Maria now and again. A little bit of Malibu now and again.
I'm not much of a drinker. I like a bit of this, I like a bit of that.
I like a bit of Prosecco.
Just see what's under the desk. There's 3 empty bottles under the desk. A gin? No, I'm joking. A lot of people are loving that technique you just did. You know, the lemon tonic around the crispiness around the edge. So, the lovely Andrea on Facebook, I made a card yesterday with inking around the edge, and wow, what a difference it made.
Absolutely does. It just gives it a really little soft detail to it. It's really lovely. Right, I'm going to just make sure that I've got, because I think that's quite stark, the white. So again, choosing some of that beautiful paper from one of the other collections there. All of this is gorgeous. I mean, it's double-sided as well, and it's got that beautiful pearlescent shimmer in it, which I just think is absolutely beautiful. Honestly, this Sarah Signature collection, one of the best that I think she's ever done. Really, really beautiful. So I'm just going to put my box lid on top of my base, and now that's taken away that harshness underneath. Can you see now? It softened it again just by adding that little panel inside. But I'm just going to add a few little extra details. So one of the, and I will bring my chunky glue in for this, because I've got myself a little sentiment. I've got myself a little bit of a bow. So I'm going to put my bow in this top corner. Let's go in there. There we are. And pop that down. Now, it does need a while to dry when it comes to the 3D Collal glue. I'll give you its posh name. 3D Collal glue. It needs a bit of drying time, so it's not going to dry instantly, but it does give the same effect as what a foam pad would, where it lifts it. But I prefer, I'm not going to lie, I do prefer my chunky glue. I've popped a couple of little butterflies on here, so I've die cut a couple of little butterflies that's come from one of the collections as well. This is not separate, it's in one of the collections, and I've just softened the edges of the little butterflies by using the parakeet just around there, because I don't know if you've noticed, but the colourways of this collection are just beautiful. The papers, really soft, summery colours, and I just think they're absolutely glorious.
I think it's fair to say, when it's called the Garden Party Collection, don't just think garden parties, tea, you know, chives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chives, all the things at a tea party. round my end for chives. So
but it's true, isn't it? People do think straight away, oh, it's all about the garden party. You know, no. I mean, I went to a garden party quite recently, to Cheryl Baker's garden party with Mr. Nigel May. I went and we had a fabulous time, met some lovely people.
Cheryl Baker is in?
Cheryl Baker in Bucks Fizz fame, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Just drops that in there.
Garden party there.
Just drop that in there, didn't you?
Oh, of course, it was fabulous. I had to pay for the privilege, George. I had to pay for the privilege. It wasn't something that was just invited, so I had to pay for that privilege. But really did enjoy it. But yeah, garden parties can be absolutely anything, and it actually was a gig. It was a garden party gig. But there you go. So now you've got yourself a beautiful decorated gift box using elements from there, which is just absolutely beautiful. Really lovely. Honestly, this collection, I know that you are going to love when you get it at the best price that we've done it at. Honestly, it's just a beautiful, beautiful, fun collection that you're going to have so much fun with creating.